Ladies and gentlemen, lots of aspiring pilots, they end up wasting their hard-earned money of their parents. They end up wasting so much of their valuable time to become a pilot. They really get misguided, or they really get overwhelmed by so much of information available on social media platforms or in different websites or articles. They really get confused. Now, this particular video is absolutely for those aspiring pilots only. Hi, I'm Captain Deval Soni, 320 Commander, trainer, and mentor by heart. So, today in this video, I will be discussing or telling you the 9 steps to be followed to become a pilot. So, number one step is meet the eligibility criteria. And now, what is that? So, in this, the basic requirement is that you need to finish your 10 plus 2 with physics and maths. I'm sure there must be a lot many people who did their 10 plus 2 from commerce background or from arts background or maybe from some other background. So don't be disheartened, because you still have a chance. And if you do it from NIOS, National Institute of Open Schooling, if you finish or do your physics and math from NIOS, which is a very simple to apply and clear, then you will also become pilot and to achieve your dream of becoming a pilot. Then you must be wondering, what about the percentage? How much percentage is required? So there's a good news that in case you have not cleared your 10 plus 2 with good percentage, even if you have just passed, you are eligible. Absolutely, yes. You heard it right. You are eligible. Absolutely. So, for a conventional CPL, there is no percentage required. You just need to clear your 10 plus 2 with physics and maths. That's it. That's the only requirement. But if you want to apply through Indigo Cadet Pilot Program, then you need to have 51 percentage in maths, physics and English in individual subjects, as well as aggregate also. Okay, yes, I'm repeating again, for Indigo you need to have 51 percentage in individually in maths, physics and English, and you need to have 51 percentage in overall. But what about Air India? For Air India Cadet Pilot Program, you need to achieve 60 percentage in your 10 plus 2. So this was the number 2. And then but I have a tip for you, and the tip is, I think if you want to keep yourself eligible for Cadet Pilot Program, it's better if you can achieve at least 60% marks in your 10 plus 2. Because if you achieve 60% in your 10 plus 2, then you are very safe. You can apply in cadet programs also, like Air India. But in case if you have not achieved, no worries. You can always apply for a conventional CPL. You can always choose a conventional CPL pathway, or you can apply through NIOS again with physics and maths, in case if you have not achieved 51 or 60 percentage, and then you can achieve the required percentage and can apply for Cadet Pilot Program like Air India Island. So this was the eligibility criteria, which was number 1. Then number 2 step, which is very important, which is get your class 2 medical done. Now, what does that mean? So, before that, I would like to tell you, like, what is the importance of a medical check. So, before even you commence any training, before even you start your ground classes also, you should undergo your class 2 medical. This ensures that you are medically fit to commence your pilot training. Then it has to be conducted by a DGCA approved medical examiner. Now you must be wondering, like, how to get that list is absolutely simple. Go on Google and just type DGCA class 2 medical doctor, or you can go to my personal website also, devalsoni.com. There you can also get class 2 medical appointed doctors as well. And you can in the comment section below, we will upload the file, and so that you'll be able to know from which doctor you can get your class 2 medical done. Test included. There are multiple tests which you will undergo in your class 2 medical, like hearing test. There will be an audiometry test. Then it's going to be a vision test also. Then blood and urine test. Then ECG, your heart check. And then your general health check, like your BP, and other things. So once this is done, then you can start your pilot journey. And so there's a tip for you. When you go to a class 2 doctor, please request them if they can do your additional tests, which are, close to class 1 test also. I mean, a kind of examination which is like of standard of class 1 medical. But your class 1 replica is exactly not equals to class 1. Okay. Even if you do the prototype of class 1 medical during your class 2, but it does not mean that you have cleared your class 1 medical. Okay. But you will have some idea in case if something is, is not going wrong, or something is going wrong in your body. At least you will get to know now only, so that you can rectify and you can work all it right now before you give your class 1 medical. So that was step number 2. Now the time for step number 3, which is join a ground school. Now step number 3, very important, which is now once you're cleared with your class 2, then you can join a ground school. Then you must be thinking, what is the necessity of a ground school? You can clear your exams by your own. That is absolutely you can do. But you will not get right guidance. You will not get to know like what to study, what not to study, and how to go, and manage your studies. I think there you will get to know only during your ground schools. So ground school gives you an essential aviation knowledge, and it prepares students for DGC exam which are mandatory, so that you don't end up wasting your time and clear your DGC exams on time. Then subjects covered. These are the subjects covered: air navigation, air regulation, metrology, technical specific, and technical general. These are the subjects which you have to clear. So these are the 5 DGC subjects which you have to clear. But technical specific exam you can clear once you join any flying club also. That is about actually reading from the manuals, study the aircraft manuals, and clearing your exams. But these are the 4 subjects I think you should really study and clear your DGC exams. Then choosing the right ground school is very important, and you evaluate faculty experience, success rate, and all those things. But I think once you visit any ground school, if you can feel the vibes, the culture, that's also very important, because it's not about only clearing DGC exams. You have to think where you will grow as an individual, as a personality, as an overall training has to be there. So that was step number 3. Now step number 4, which now during this process, when you are attending ground school, then yes, you can apply for class 1 medical, which is the most important, and which you should do before going for your flying training. So once you are done with your class 2 medical, then your class 2 medical assessment will be issued, and only after that you can apply for class 1 medical. So process overview, you have to schedule an appointment at a DGCA approved class 1 centers. There are some few centers only, some around 5-6 centers only, from where you can take an appointment. And there's a process. You have to you have to undergo a eGCA portal, and you have to apply for it. Then it includes some various tests. It will include your blood test, X-ray, ECG, and much more. It is basically a more detailed class 1, just so that you can get to know before your flying training only. Then a tip for you: once you've realized that you want to be a pilot, I think you should start working on yourself. Start running, start walking, go and hit the gym, and take care of your food habits. And that's because pilot job is one of the most demanding job, and you have to remain healthy, fit, much required. Now step number 5, you apply for a DGC computer number. But this you can only apply after or once you get your 10+2 results only. Because once you get 10+2 result, you have to apply for a board verification. Now only after that, once you get board verification, then only you can apply for a DGC computer number. Now, what is a computer number? Computer number is a unique identity. Let's say your name is Nitin Kumar, But in DGCA database, there can be various or multiple Nitin Kumar. So which Nitin Kumar? Okay. So once you apply for a computer number, the DGCA will issue you a unique identity. Okay. It will give you a number. So, and as I told you, you can do it only once you get 10 plus 2 mark sheet, and it will take approximately 4 weeks. Okay. But you apply it as soon as you get your mark sheet. I've seen a lot of aspiring pilots, they delay this process, and due to which their process of giving DGC exams also get delayed, and it delays this process. So apply for it immediately once you get 10 plus 2 mark sheet. Step number 6, one of the most important decision, which path to follow, conventional CPL or a cadet pilot program. Now, the cadet pilot program gives you a job from day one, but it is a higher investment value. At this present time, the investment starts from 1 CR. It can go up to 1.1 CR or 1.2 CR also. But however, in conventional CPL, the investment is lesser, but the job is, you have to apply for jobs only after finishing your CPL or type rating. So that was your number 6. I would highly recommend you consider your financial capacity, your personal preferences, and airline preferences. And I have a tip suggestion for you, that it should be a family decision. You should have a proper discussion in your family with your parents, with your siblings or elders to take this decision. Number 7 is choose a flying club. The flying club, the quality of the flying club, it impacts training efficiency and safety. I think you should do a thorough research while choosing a flying club. The factors to consider while choosing a flying club is, you need to see how many aircrafts are there in the flying club. You need to see how, the number of instructors available. You need to see what are the weather or the climate conditions, around that airport. So various other things you have to see. You have to consider your financials also. So there are various options like US, New Zealand, then Canada, Australia, India. So it depends on various factors. So tip for you, I think visit flying clubs to assess facilities and atmosphere before deciding. Try to connect with their alumni. Try to do some research on social media as well. If it is in India, then definitely you can visit a flying club as well. Process or step number 8, which is, once you finish your CPL, it's time to obtain your CPL and time for the party. Celebrate it and celebrate it to your fullest. Requirement for CPL, obviously you need to achieve 200 hours. That is the minimum requirement, and obviously you have to clear your DGC exams as well. Then duration of flying training. Yeah, duration of flying training can vary up to 8 to 14 months, and in fact it can be more than that also. Depends on various factors like which country you have chosen, which flying club you have chosen, what was the weather conditions. All those things matters for your flying training. Again, tip, stay disciplined, consistent to avoid training delays. I've seen a lot of aspiring pilots, because they really get misguided, and due to which their training period becomes too much, and they end up wasting so much of hard-earned money of their parents and their time also. I would say, stick to basic, follow these instructions rigorously so that you don't end up making mistakes. But remember to celebrate the day when you get your CPL. Step number 9. Once you get your CPL, then what? So either you can apply as a CPL holders in the airlines whenever the vacancy comes up, or you can do type rating also. You can opt for 320, Boeing 737, ATR. I've seen a lot of aspiring pilots. They ask us or me that what type rating should we do after CPL. So I tell them, don't decide it now. Decide it only after CPL, because after 1.5 years, situation might be different. Okay, so depending on that a market condition during that point of time, okay, there might be a probability that once you finish your CPL, particular airline might come up for a CPL holder vacancy or expected to come, then maybe you can apply the CPL holders. But if there's an expectation that airline might come up with this particular rated vacancy, you can do that rating also. But don't take the decision right now. It's not worth it. And once you get a CPL, you can apply in various organization. You can apply in airlines. You can apply as a flying instructor also in the flying clubs. You can apply in charter services also, and in general aviation also. And once you get or if you choose to do a type rating, then definitely you can apply as a type rated or in the airline as a type rated pilots. Then building a strong career, it's very important to network. It's very important, to enhance your skills, and it's very important to be on LinkedIn. Be on LinkedIn, get more aviation insight, and just keep yourself engaged with all aviation news and articles. Tip for you: every pilot begins with a dream. Stay focused and committed to achieve your goal of flying, and let's make it happen together. That's it. This were the 9 steps to follow to become a pilot just after your 10 plus 2. So I hope that you must have understood the 9 steps to be followed. Now I will summarize it once again. Step number 1, meet the eligibility criteria. Number 2, get your class 2 medical done. Number 3, join a ground school. Number 4, get your class 1 medical done. Number 5, apply for a DGC computer number. Number 6, choose your path, cadet pilot program or a convention CPL. Number 7, choose a right flying club. Number 8, obtain your CPL and celebrate. Number 9, launch your career, apply for jobs. Now trust me, if you follow these 9 steps, you will not make a mistake, and it will save hard-earned money of your parents and your valuable time as well. Now, you must be overwhelmed by so much of information. Don't worry about this. You can go to my website, devilsoni.com, and you will find how to become a pilot in my website. And you can see the entire process is mentioned over here. You can anytime you can go and visit this, and you can see the entire process. You can show it to your parents as well. And I hope the purpose of this video is fulfilled. And see you in next video.